Yeah, dreaming about the
I
mountain.
hope I hope it's getting warmer back home as well.
It doesn't really look like that.
I see.
Yeah, yep, yep. Right. So we should probably start with a bit of background on you and the founding story behind Quick Legal, and then we can jump straight into the pitch, followed by a Q&A at the end.
Sure, sounds good. Well, what can I tell you about us? We are three female founders. We all started as lawyers, which is why during our long career, we've always had a keen interest into how can we leverage technology to ease our day-to-day work. And then that was, the first thing that we looked to. And then afterwards, we were like, seeing that so many SMEs or customers were having trouble in accessing legal services and finding the right information or finding the right people that they can work with, which is why we said, okay, why don't we incorporate, technology to make that easier for everyone, make legal services transparent, make them accessible, and of course, to fit everyone's needs. And that's how basically the idea of Quick Legal started back in 2018 when we got together during the first edition of Global Legal Hackathon in Bucharest. So we were pioneers at that level as well. When we decided to give it a shape to Quick Legal, so we started with a legal matchmaking platform between any kind of person in need of legal services that would like to get in touch with the right attorney for their legal needs. And after that, we in 2021 we incorporated a company and we started to have it, a legal form and start marketing the MVP that we designed there and see, what tractions and what reactions we have from the market, which was very positive, which of course encouraged us to go even further and to see, all right, how can we do even more than that? How can we simplify even more? All this uh, idea of legal services being so remote and hard to understand and make it accessible and easy to use for any business, because if you are a business owner, it's impossible not to find yourself in an awkward position of not knowing um who to contact how to draft your first contract, how to register your company. When it comes to taxes, everyone's so confused. So it came very natural to, create this, let's say, open door for businesses to be able to not only understand how they can, you know, um, handle these legal hurdles, but also take ownership over that. Which is how we developed, the automation, the debt collection automation that we currently have released on the market, and it's getting great traction. So I kind of we can say, we have 10 years of experience in legal services, but and then the last 5 years we were getting switching the hats with the entrepreneurial hat and gaining more experience and know-how on that side, hands-on experience, right? Because we were learning as we were continuously developing Quick Legal.
Hmm. I see, I see. So let's see where you ended up in these years. Um, the floor is yours. You can share your screen
All
for
right.
the presentation.
Let me quickly share a pitch deck. Okay. Let me know if you can see it.
You can see it.
All right. So what is Quick Legal? We like to call it, as the next generation of legal and financial services, that with the help of technology, we can actually, set new standards of how businesses operate with legal services or fintech services and take ownership of these processes internally. Um, Our vision is to empower businesses, give them the right tools that they can use internally to make their resources more efficient and be able to not only have ownership but maintain control over these kind of processes that if with the right tools that they can be incorporated very easily within their internal operations. We do envision ourselves as being that company that can, handle almost 90% of a company's legal needs and operations through technology and being part of their, day-to-day operations and be the go-to legal tech platform that any business can incorporate and easily use. From our experience, we've seen that, you know, most companies, if not almost any company, experience late payments or sometimes non-payments for their customers. And this is, a very frustrating process, but it's we always tell customers, this is normal. You're not the only one. So, let us help make this process smooth and easy and just, friendly to use also in relation to your customers. And their most fears are usually, that it's rather too expensive to do something about it. They don't know what to do about it in, trying to recover these late payments. And this is where we believe that, our solution Quick Legal comes at the right time and the right place. With our solution, we explain to customers that they can easily increase their recovery rates and at the same time reducing costs because they will not have to outsource this kind of services, but keep them internally and being coordinated by their own resources. Of course, our solution brings more than that. It also brings a lot of data that the companies can analyze, take business decisions going forward, or how to, even optimize their recovery flows based on their own data. So it's extremely valuable for companies to have this kind of visibility. And on top of that, our platform, because we initially started with a legal matchmaking platform, also brings the assistance of more than 160 lawyers that can assist with more complex cases of recovery or even, any kind of legal needs that a business can encounter during their, normal business activities. How it works is rather simple. The user only has to upload the contracts, the invoices, and the AI goes through the relevant information, parses it, and extracts the relevant terms that then are populated at the level of, the the soft notifications, which are, payment reminders via emails, and then all the way to the hard collection, which is the legal claim, the legal notice, and then the legal claim, the court claim. All of this comes into a very friendly and easy to customize process. So the user can select if he wants to, go through the soft collection process only, or he wants to also go further to the hard collection, including, up to the court claim. It can select the frequency of the notifications, the days between these, and of course the tone. So it can be a more aggressive tone if there are, months of delays or years of delays, or it can be a more neutral and friendly tone if they're only days, weeks. And from our experience, we've seen that the earlier the customers incorporate our solution, the faster they will see the results, and also they have higher chances of recovery during the soft collection. And as I was saying, all of these are also translated into key data for the companies that they can use in order to make their collection process more efficient, but at the same time to be able to even, take business decisions, such as, maybe focus on XYZ customers because the success rate of recovery it's 100% here, and then leave the rest as something to focus at a later stage, or maybe start working with one or two of the attorneys from the platform that they can handle this process to make it successful recovery as well. The market potential is rather huge. This is a 35 billion euro market, out of which we aim to achieve with the right investors and support in the next 5 years, 23 million. We do have competition mostly in the western part of Europe and also, of course, the United States. However, we do have some key differentiators that we launch on the market. One of them being the fact that our AI is able to extract the relevant data from unstructured data sources. All our competition right now, it's simply integrated with billing systems. So if customers, have that kind of data outside of the billing system, they will not be able to work with that solution. We also have the hard collection and the matching with specialized lawyers, which comes very at handy to assist businesses to reach a rate of 100% recovery and at the same time be able to assist with, other cases that the business may have. And of course, all of this comes at affordable cost because with the help of, latest technology that we incorporated, we are able to keep the cost very low. Our achievement so far is up to 2024, we raised 640K euro in funding. We also had 42K revenue, considering that we only launched the debt collection automation in September 2024. And we initially started with a freemium version and now slowly converting the users into paying customers. We have more than 800, well, now it's more than 850 users on the platform. We also were awarded last year the best legal tech platform in Romania. We were the top 3 startups in the EU that was selected to be part of EIT Digital Innovation Factory program. We have our trademark registered at both Romanian level and EU level. We are part of the top 5 Romanian startups that partnered with commercial banks in Romania, and of course, top 10 and top 100 startups selected to pitch an expo at various, worldly renowned competitions such as B2B Rocks in Paris, Select USA in Washington, D.C., and Startup Grind in Silicon Valley. Our revenue model is rather simple. We have a license-based model combined with a commission out of the recovered amounts, and we have a price per request for the additional legal assistance. Of course, none of this would have been possible without a strong team behind it. As I was saying, we are 3 female founders. We all have joint experience of more than 25 years in the legal services market, and for the past 5 years, we've been learning hands-on experience on the business side and entrepreneurial side. Our CTO, he's a serial entrepreneur from Canada with more than 20 years of full stack development experience and also business experience as part of his own entrepreneurial endeavors. We also have 2 sales reps, 1 marketing specialist, and 3 business mentors and 1 IT mentor from Salesforce. Our current request is 620,000, out of which we already secured 360,000. And this will help us mostly to continue our growth and market expansion, both in Romania, but also we are launching operation in France. And this will secure us not only to increase our number of customers, which we aim to have around 220 paying customers by end of 2025, concludes 10 key partnerships, and of course, this will translate into revenue of around 130K. That's the forecast for this year. So yeah, we are welcoming anyone that wants to join our journey to, come along with us. Let's have a chat. Let's, see how we can have, maybe a matching between ourselves, and we can work together going forward, because what we really need right now is those kind of those strategic investors that are not only willing to invest their money, but they're willing to invest their time and expertise, so we can leverage that and grow on the market, and keep an accelerated growth, because that's the key of success.
Thank you, Yulia, for the pitch. I'll kickstart the Q&A with the following question. What would be the 10% of those legal operations in a company that Quick Legal wouldn't be able to address, and why?
Right. So it really matters. It can be, different things, but we would not be able to automate, the court claims. So the initial claim, you can, have it, you can have the automation up to the initial court claim. After that, if the case is more complex, for sure you need legal professionals to assist you. However, we've seen that most companies never end up in court. And that's a good choice. It's a business choice, because you have to always balance, the winning chances with the associated risk, which is, a lot of investment of time, money, losing that client during the process. So it's kind of, a balancing act there. And most businesses, mature businesses, rarely end up in court, because they don't want to take that risk of either losing the client, or, spending too much money and time compared to how much they would win in after, actually winning the case in court.
Hmm. I see. Let's expand a bit on the client personas. Who do you sell to, and how does the perfect client look for you?
Yeah. So we've been kind of testing this a lot, and it's we already have shaped, some ideal customers, but of course we started dividing that ideal customers into different segments. But the one that we believe would be the one generating the most revenue is usually a medium to large company. That has large volumes of invoices per month. The payment terms have to be short, so from 5 days to maybe 30 to a maximum of 60 days. And also looking to, increase efficiency in their internal operations. Maybe keep this kind of operations in-house instead of outsourcing them, which most of them do right now, because, maybe they lack the expertise. And our platform, it compensates with that, because you don't need to have any expertise. You just need to follow the steps and make sure you tick all the boxes, and then the process is rather simple. And those kind of customers that usually operate in, transportation, utilities, telecommunications, even, financial institutions. We see them as, the ideal customer for us.
Mhm. Could you also expand a bit on the strategic partnerships you've managed to acquire so far?
Yeah. So we are very proud of our partners. We partner up with Becere. You can find us in George Store if you're already customer. Benefit some discounts there. But this partnership gives us a lot of exposure, and being able to, have a door that's open towards the SMEs that they work with, and being able to, bring a solution that they will be able to easily understand and use. We also partner up with EIT Digital, who's also our main investor. He's, of course, opening the doors to other potential customers through their pool of partners at the EU level. So, this is a great opportunity for us during our scaling to the EU. Because we want to work through this kind of partnerships in being able to bring the product on the local market. So have that kind of resale partners that already have a local presence, and will be able to faster integrate also Quick Legal into their own customers' solutions. We also partner up with Magurele Science Park so that we can leverage, of course, to further develop the product and keep it up to date with the latest technologies, and maybe even have joint products together in towards the R&D endeavors of both parties. We are also part of Station F Paris, which is one of the most competitive and, if I'm not mistaken, the largest startup campus in the EU. So just being part of, that environment and having access to the resources there, it's why we decided to launch operations in France. It's, a very similar market, familiar to us because our co-founder Bianca was graduated from Paris, and also she's an attorney licensed in France as well. So it's a very, natural way, if I can say, to launch operations there and scale from France to other European countries. We are also recently joined Vodafone's pilot program. We are developing a pilot program with them, and we'll leverage their partnerships and connections to bring our solution, which we are now shaping it to be an enterprise-friendly solution, to their partner ecosystem. So, entities such as Ericsson, SAP, EDP, and many others. So we kind of found that this type of partnerships are extremely valuable for us, and it will help the accelerated growth that we have in mind.
Congratulations on these partnerships. I see we have some questions in the chats. Let's take a few. So, what are the biggest risks to your business model, and how do you plan to mitigate them?
Yeah. So the biggest risk I can say it's having the right balance between the license fees and the commissions. Right now the license fees are rather low and the commissions are a bit higher because we want to win the trust of the user. But the commission, the risk there is that the user cashes in the money and doesn't necessarily, registers that in the platform. So there's a risk of, not having the commission out of the correct amount that was recovered right now. But going forward, we plan to mitigate that, but also incorporating our solution to with their billing systems. So we can, bypass this risk and have direct link and visibility over their visibility in a way, because we're not actually seeing that, but being able to connect directly with their billing system, which is connected, of course, with their bank. So there's no way to have issues of not cashing in the right commission if the amounts were not correctly registered in our platform.
Mhm. We have another one in the chat. How does Quick Legal ensure accuracy and compliance in legal automation? I believe this is also related to AI data extraction. As far as I know, it still has some issues, especially for unstructured data sources.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're kind of fixed that, including right now we are able to extract from scanned documents. So we are also working on OpenAI, but document intelligence from Azure, which increased extremely, that data accuracy from the documents that we operate with. And from our latest test, the accuracy is up to 100%. So even if, let's say, there may be some issues into the data extracted there, the system right now allows users, I mean, it's a mandatory step as part of the process when you're uploading documents to validate the data that's being extracted. So if there's any issue there, you can easily, manually change that and just validate the data. When it's incorporated with a billing system, of course, that validation it's no longer necessary because it extracts exactly the same information that you have in your company's systems.
How about the fundraising history? What have you been able to accomplish so far in that respect?
Yeah, so being deep tech solution and kind of a pioneer on the Romanian market, for us, the main option up to now was to go towards public grants and EU grants that support this kind of R&D development and don't look at revenue because investors they always look at revenue, which is normal, but it's impossible to have it when you're launching something new and you're having technologies that maybe companies and entrepreneurs uh, in the local market don't necessarily have the full understanding of it and maybe don't trust it. So our we've raised so far up to 640K. Most of them were invested into the R&D and product development because those were the requirements of the grant. So it really helped us to, shape the product, give it, a competitive edge, but at the same time, we were lacking the capital, the working capital, right, to be able to bring the product on the market, which is why we decided we need to partner up with, smart investors, especially angel investors, that will be able to create those, paved ways, if I can call them in at the right door that we can, later on convert into a customer for Quick Legal.
Do you have any important milestones for this round?
Yeah, so for this round, our milestones is to continue growth on the local market and be able to support the business development and sales operations, but also scale to France. There, we're already in contact with a business developer that worked with previous startups, and we want to collaborate into start selling the product in the French market. And on top of that, of course, we want to make sure that the product responds to the local market needs and the feedback that we receive from the customers. So part of the funds will also be allocated towards making sure the product responds to the customer's needs.
And the last two from the chats, what is your vision for Quick Legal over the next 3 to 5 years? And what potential exit opportunities do you foresee?
Yeah. So we definitely want to continue developing the product and in using the technology that we already secured, patented, and also use it for further automations that I was initially saying about. There are so many processes that could be easily automated and put it at the hands of business owners that could, leverage technology and increase efficiency and decrease costs. So in the next 3 to 5 years, our aim is to automate almost 90% of the most common legal needs of any business, so that Quick Legal can be, the go-to legal solution that companies adopt internally and have any resources operate with that. So not necessarily, the legal resources are the only ones that can operate, but it can be any internal resource. And in terms of exit, of course, we would like to see Quick Legal grow as being, top three EU solutions for any kind of legal automations. But we are also not, ignoring the possibility of doing an exit and being acquired by more mature on the market, similar solutions.
Thank you very much, Julia. If there are any other questions, you can address them directly to me or on the discussion tab under the Quick Legal page on SeedBlink, and the round details are in the chats. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrei.
Bye-bye.
Bye.